Hey, welcome to my TikTok, Psych Your Mind, where I talk about all things psychology to help other people study for the NCE and just have word association to try to remember, like when they're taking the NCE, so they don't kind of freak out. So let's get into it. Of course, the first person that I'm going to talk about, the founder of psychology, is Sigmund Freud. Yes, Sigmund Freud. He is a psychoanalyst. He studied human behavior and personality. One of his key factors is the development of personality, which contains three portions. You have the id, the superego, and the ego. So, do you know what these mean? Let's get into it, shall we? So, the id, if you try to remember it, kid, id, kid, id, kid. So, if you think about that, a kid is a little kid or whatever who wants what they want. They don't care about the consequences. They want it now. They want instant gratification. So, if you think about the id, as far as personality development in the back of the mind, is the person who doesn't care at all. Like, I want what I want. I want it now. Like, this is what I need. The pleasure principle, right? So, this is something that apparently Sigmund Freud thought we all had. And it started from development and it continues as an adult. Then you have the superego, which can be here in the middle of the head. The superego discusses or tries to balance out the id, kid, and the ego, which we'll talk about later. It's part of morality. It's the moral. Why do we need to do this, id? Is it really acceptable, id? Let's think about this, right? The more rational one, right? So then we have in the front is the ego. The ego is the representation, executive of the mind that you see when you see someone in the beginning, right? When you know how people say, oh, they have their representative. The ego is a representative. So if you think about it, Sigmund Freud talks about repression, and he indicates that repression occurs because the id, the superego, and the ego are always clashing to repress the id, the kid, from doing things that are not morally acceptable, and that can cause the id to be in trouble. So then you have repressed aggression. And have you ever heard the Freudian slip? That's when the id skips over the moral and the ego and says whatever they want. And people are like, oh, did you just say that?